Have you ever pondered how an empire that once spanned 3 continents and was a beacon of military, cultural, and economic prowess could crumble into non-existence? Today, we explore the fall of the Ottoman Empire. In its prime, the Ottoman Empire was an extraordinary force to be reckoned with. From the deserts of North Africa to the bustling markets of Istanbul, from the sun-soaked shores of the Mediterranean to the snow-capped peaks of Eastern Europe, the empire's influence was far-reaching. It was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and religions, a testament to the empire's formidable power and astute diplomacy. Its armies were feared, its coffers filled with wealth from across the globe, and its cities were famed for their architectural grandeur. The Ottoman Empire was not merely a political entity but a beacon of civilization in a tumultuous world. But like all great empires, it faced challenges that eventually led to its demise. The journey to the fall of the Ottoman Empire begins in the 19th century. At its zenith, this vast empire was an epitome of strength, spanning 3 continents, and a hub of cultural, economic, and military power. However, the seeds of its downfall were being sown from within and outside its borders. Internally, the empire was a melting pot of different ethnic and religious groups. While this diversity was a source of cultural richness, it also bred tensions. Many of these groups began to voice their desire for autonomy or independence, creating a simmering cauldron of discord. The empire, in its efforts to maintain control, often responded with force, further fueling the unrest and resentment. In the same era, the geopolitical landscape was changing rapidly. The European powers were in a race for dominance, and the Ottoman Empire's strategic location and resource-rich lands made it a prime target. These powers began to exert influence over the empire, exploiting its weaknesses and creating external pressure. In many ways, the empire found itself caught in a tug-of-war, pulled apart by the ambitions of others. This internal strife and external pressure led to a significant weakening of the empire's grip over its territories. The once mighty Ottoman Empire was beginning to crumble under the weight of its own complexity and the relentless push and pull of power dynamics. These challenges set the stage for the empire's decline. The cracks that had begun to appear in the 19th century would widen into chasms in the years to come, leading to the eventual fall of the Ottoman Empire. Yet, as we'll learn, even in its decline and fall, the empire left an indelible mark on the world, a legacy that continues to resonate today. So, as we delve deeper into the story of the Ottoman Empire's fall, let's remember that it was not a sudden collapse, but a slow and complex process, marked by internal discord and external pressures. It was indeed the beginning of the end. The Balkan Wars of the early 20th century were a turning point for the Ottoman Empire. These wars, fought in the southeastern corner of Europe, were a significant clash between the Ottoman Empire and the Balkan League, an alliance formed by Serbia, Greece, Montenegro, and Bulgaria. The Balkan Wars, which unfolded in 2 phases between 1912 and 1913, were a crucial moment that marked the beginning of the end for the once mighty empire. The First Balkan War saw the Balkan League, driven by rising nationalist sentiments and a shared desire to shrug off Ottoman rule, declare war on the empire. Despite their differences, these nations found common cause in their opposition to the empire, which had ruled them for centuries. The Balkan League's combined forces were successful in driving back the Ottoman armies, wresting control of large areas of territory, including most of present-day Albania, Macedonia, and Thrace. The Second Balkan War, however, was a different story. It was marked by infighting among the victorious Balkan League, as disagreements over the spoils of the First War led to a second conflict. This war, although it did not involve the Ottoman Empire directly, further destabilized the region and left the empire in an even weaker position. The aftermath of the Balkan Wars was a time of significant change and turmoil for the Ottoman Empire. The loss of virtually all of its European territories was a severe blow to the empire's prestige and power. Moreover, it stoked the flames of nationalist movements within the empire's remaining territories, creating further internal strife and division. The Balkan Wars also altered the geopolitical landscape of Europe. They shifted the balance of power, with the newly independent Balkan states emerging as important players. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire, once a formidable force in the region, was left significantly weakened and vulnerable to further losses. In conclusion, the Balkan Wars resulted in a significant erosion of the empire's territorial integrity. These conflicts marked a major turning point in the empire's decline, setting the stage for its eventual disintegration in the aftermath of World War I. As if the empire wasn't already facing enough challenges, the eruption of World War I added fuel to the fire. This global conflict, which spanned from 1914 to 1918, saw the Ottoman Empire aligning itself with the Central Powers: Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Bulgaria. This alliance was a gamble, a desperate bid for survival against the encroaching threats from all sides. World War I was a draining ordeal for the empire. It was a total war, requiring every resource and every bit of manpower the empire could muster. It was a war fought not only on the battlefields but also on the home front, with civilians bearing the brunt of the hardships. The empire's economy was stretched to its limits, and its military was spread thin across multiple fronts. The empire's participation in the war was marked by significant battles and events. The Gallipoli campaign, the Siege of Kut, and the Arab Revolt, to name just a few. These battles took a heavy toll on the empire's military and civilian populations, resulting in a loss of life that would have profound and lasting impacts. But perhaps the most devastating blow came in the form of the empire's defeat. The end of World War I saw the Central Powers on the losing side, and the Ottoman Empire shared in their defeat. This loss had dire consequences for the empire, which was already on the brink of collapse. In the aftermath of the war, the empire was dismembered. The Treaty of Sèvres, signed in 1920, imposed harsh terms on the empire. It lost significant territories, and its sovereignty was severely curtailed. This treaty marked the end of the Ottoman Empire as a political entity, a once mighty empire reduced to a fraction of its former self. The empire's defeat in World War I led to its dismemberment and loss of sovereignty. This marked the final chapter in the story of the Ottoman Empire, a story of rise and fall, of power and decline. But as we'll see in our next segment, the empire's legacy didn't end with its political demise. Stay tuned as we explore the enduring impact of the Ottoman Empire on the world. The fall of the Ottoman Empire was a significant historical event, but its legacy is far from forgotten. Despite its dissolution more than a century ago, the empire's influence continues to permeate the regions it once ruled, leaving an indelible mark on their cultural, religious, and linguistic landscapes. Let's start with the cultural heritage. The Ottoman Empire was a remarkable melting pot of cultures, with elements from Persian, Arab, Byzantine, and Turkic traditions blending to create a unique tapestry of art, literature, and architecture. From the grand mosques and palaces of Istanbul to the ornate miniatures and calligraphy that adorned manuscripts, the empire's aesthetic continues to captivate and inspire. Turning to religion, the empire's legacy is perhaps most readily seen in the prevalence of Islam in the regions it once controlled. As the seat of the Islamic Caliphate for 4 centuries, the empire played a central role in spreading and shaping the practice of Islam. Today, the echoes of the Ottoman interpretation of Islam can still be heard in the religious practices of millions. The Ottoman Empire's linguistic influence is also noteworthy. The Ottoman Turkish language, a blend of Turkish, Persian, and Arabic, was the official language of the empire. While modern Turkish has undergone significant reform, traces of Ottoman Turkish can still be found in the languages of the region, from borrowed words to shared idioms. Moreover, the empire's administrative and legal systems have had lasting effects. Many modern-day laws and governance structures in the region bear the imprint of the Ottoman legal code, known as the Canon. These laws, covering everything from property rights to criminal justice, shaped societal norms and continue to inform legal thinking. In conclusion, while the Ottoman Empire may have fallen, its influence lives on. The cultural, religious, and linguistic heritage it left behind continues to shape the identities of nations and individuals alike. The impact of the Ottoman Empire continues to resonate, reminding us of the enduring legacy of empires past. The fall of the Ottoman Empire was a complex and multifaceted event, a tapestry woven from threads of internal strife, external pressures, and the shifting dynamics of a rapidly changing world. The empire's dissolution was precipitated by a host of factors, from simmering ethnic and religious tensions within its borders to the predatory ambitions of European powers. The Balkan Wars and World War I further eroded the empire's might, leading to its eventual disintegration. Yet despite its political collapse, the Ottoman Empire's legacy endures in the cultural, religious, and linguistic heritage of the regions it once ruled. From the bustling bazaars of Istanbul to the architectural grandeur of North Africa, the empire's influence continues to resonate. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Be sure to subscribe to Infosphere for more fascinating insights into the world's past. Until next time, I'm signing off.